Mark Walton, Walton Family Farms. Also farm with my brother Jonathan Walton. This particular land right here has been in the family about 130 years, 40 years. It's a century farm. It's called Sugg Farm Lane because Zola Judson's great-great-granddaddy. And Jonathan started farming while I was in the Army. And when I got back, I started farming with him. And everyone has farmed since Zola, and it skips our parents' age because they grew up on doing tobacco, and the moment they could, they left. So Granddaddy kept tending it, and then it went to lease for a couple farmers, and then we took it back over. Any farm that has stayed within a family line for over 100 years, and you can show a record of that, is classified as a century farm if it's still being tended by the family. Well, me and my brother got into it because Granddaddy was into it, and he's 6 years older, so he got to ride and do a lot more. And then finally, when I was able to, I was doing the smaller stuff on a farm all. But and then it's a family farm because me and my brother do it. So he has two boys that help us do a lot, and my wife will occasionally run me to a tractor or another field in between. But we tend about 85 acres of corn that we make into deer corn. We bag it, or we take a portion of that to the mill just to get cash flow at the beginning. And if we need to, we'll rotate in some soybeans. But we always do a cover crop in between, and we're totally no-till on everything. So we actually do sell bulk from here, but we sell at 4 different storefronts, and 2 of them we've been doing for the past 3 years, and the other 2 we just picked up this year, mainly because of the bagging machine. Drastically, because we were able to, from where we were putting or making 2 bags per minute, if that, we now are able to easily do 4 bags per minute, and if we had a third hand doing the toting, we could easily do 8 bags a minute. But it's really the limitation of the machine at this point, and I mean, it's doubled how many bags we can and cutting half the time that we can do it. Really, you get the corn out of the field, into the combine, load it into a grain truck, dump it into a bin, and when you're done picking that field, or weather tells you that you can't pick anymore, we'll go from the bin back into the truck and load up this hopper or that smaller grain bin, and we'll use that as just a supply, a holding area for that corn, and then when we're ready, we'll bag it, and when it's empty, we just redo the whole process again. So me and Jonathan both work full time. So the farm is something on the side that pays for itself. Wouldn't do it if it was costing us money, but at the end of the year it's a washout, but we enjoy it. And so I go to work, he goes to work, we get off, we get our heads together, and like this time of the year, we've already done the cover crop, so it's mainly just bagging and delivering. But during harvest season, it's get off work, and usually he gets off before me, and he's a lot closer. He'll either be right on the combine in a field, and I get off work, grab the grain truck, and meet him, and then we'll switch places. But it's like that until the dew sets in for the night. So a lot of late nights, mainly 9, 10 o'clock at night. I might be getting home if that, but years past when it was down to the wire, a hurricane was coming, we'd be out there midnight, 1 o'clock, if the moisture would let us do it. A lot of good advice on crop rotations, different methods of farming, and Soil and Water kind of teamed up with them and all of that. But again, we're 100% no-till, and we use the cover. We plant into it green or almost green. We've done a burn down on it, and then plant straight into it, and that helps with weed suppression and the nutrients getting back into the soil, creating a biomass layer. Extension was very helpful with that, and the Ag Ventures grant, that was greatly helpful. I mean, just the awareness and being able to do something like that. Abel was able to tend God's creation and work the land, and we're both Christian. I mean, we just like to be out in what God made for us and enjoy it. And there's something about working with the land and being a good steward of it, doing it in a responsible way, not just constantly turning it up, but trying to put back and have nutrients for the next year, but also not erode or deplete the soil of its nutrients. So hopefully managing it as good as we can, that God gave it to us, like, something like that. For me and him, since we both work full-time, time. That's the biggest thing. And then we're not big by no means, so, I mean, money is something, but again, the farm pays for itself. And every year it's washed out. This year we might stand to make a profit, and then next year maybe we can do something bigger. But at time, that's the biggest main thing for us. Happy Veterans Day. Enjoy it. Get out and enjoy being outside.